Hi, I'm Scott from Solus Financial, and this is a market update for my clients, friends, and family. None of the information in this video is personal advice. Please give me a call before doing anything. Well, finally, we've had a positive month. Our market's up 8.2% for the month. And if you're checking up your super balances, just wait a week or so. It usually takes about a week for market movements to be reflected in your investment or super portfolios as unit prices are worked out. For the year, however, we are still down -6% in the Australian share market. Most investment portfolios and super funds that I manage, and I'm talking to clients in reviews at the moment, it's very close to zero for the year. Even though zero doesn't sound like a good return, when the market's doing -6%, we're pretty lucky and we're pretty fortunate for doing the right things this year. So why is our market up this month? There's still bad news about inflation. There's still bad news about interest rates all the time. And I talked a little bit about this last month in my video that commodity prices are down. Commodity prices or commodities are a key input to the cost of making something. So if you need steel to build a house, then you generally need iron ore to build the steel. So if iron ore prices are down, that's going to slowly flow through the supply chain, and I'm sure you've heard about the supply chain and media a lot lately, to bring down the cost of the piece of steel, which then reduces the cost of construction. And that's happening in a lot of the different commodities, everything except for lithium, which is still up massively. There's been a little bit of talk in the media about a US recession. Now, the definition of a recession in the US is 2 consecutive quarters of real negative growth or GDP growth in the US. Now, real just means you have to take into account inflation. If the economy in the US is growing at, say, 5% and inflation is at 9%, well, that's a real negative return of -4 after you take into account inflation. So in the US, they haven't officially declared a recession. The National Bureau of Economic Research, they're the ones to do it, that they say that they're in recession, but the general consensus is because there's 2 negative quarters of negative real growth in the US, that they're in recession, but not official. This next chart that I've got here is talking about the benefits of being a long-term investor compared to the market trader that gets a little bit nervous when markets go badly and sells out for a little while to take a bit of a break from the market. So this chart here talks about 2 investors side by side where they each invest $100,000 in the share market in 2009. This is straight after the global financial crisis. The second investor here sells out of shares and stays in cash for 12 months, and then after that reinvests. So they've both got the same investment, same portfolio, except the second investor is in cash for the first 12 months. The difference is about $75,000 in total returns over the years, which is about 22% difference. So this is why when you come in and see me, I always talk about being a long-term investor if we're investing in shares, and not panicking and selling out in bad times, because we do have bad times in share markets. It's quite normal and it happens quite often. But if you've got any further questions or you'd like to know more, please at any time pick up the phone, give me a call. But thank you very much for your time.